Hello everyone. So in the discussion of redox chemistry we shall discuss today rusting of iron. And how does the rusting of iron take place? It takes place via formation of miniature cells, or that means two half cells, formation of two half cells. So this is a cell reaction. Firstly, this is a redox reaction, and secondly, this is a combination of two half cell reactions. So these things will be discussed here. And secondly, how you will protect iron from getting rusted by means of galvanization or cathodic protection. So these things are subtopic today. So let me first discuss the term miniature cell. How the miniature cells are formed during the process of rusting of iron. So here is the iron surface on which a droplet of water is being shown here. So at the point of contact where water, air and iron are in contact with each other, there two half cells are formed. In one part, iron is releasing electrons. On the other hand, these electrons are being accepted by aerial oxygen with the help of protons to produce water. So this is the anodic reaction and this is the cathodic reaction. So iron is providing two electrons to become ferrous ion. This ferrous ion further reacts with oxygen to produce rust. Rust means Fe2O3, ferric oxide. Sometimes combination of Fe2O3 and FeO, that is ferrosoferric oxide, which is Fe3O4, which you find in the planet Mars. That is why Mars looks red. Okay. So now the question arises, where does this proton come from? These protons are coming from self-ionization of water, either self-ionization water or when carbon dioxide dissolves in water, it produces carbonic acid, that means H2CO3. When this carbonic acid ionizes, then it produces proton. So these two are the sources of proton which is available for this reaction. Okay, so the first half cell reaction is the anodic reaction where iron is releasing two proton. For balancing, we have taken here two irons to produce 4 electrons. These 4 electrons are being consumed by the oxygen with the help of 4 protons coming from decomposition of carbonic acid due to dissolution of carbon dioxide in water or due to self-ionization of water. If it is coming from self-ionization of water, then the counter ions are OH minus, or if it is coming from dissolution of carbon dioxide, that means ionization of carbonic acid, then the counter ions are carbonate ions. So in case of hydroxide ion, ferrous hydroxides are produced. In case of carbonates, ferrous carbonate, FeCO3 are produced, which are in fact very unstable and they undergo further reaction to produce rust. So let us see what about the overall reactions. So this is the anodic reaction. Iron releasing 2 electrons, which has the redox potential minus 0.44 volt. Actually, for the redox potential, we have to express the reaction in the form metal cation plus electron equal to metal, and that has the redox potential, that means reduction potential minus 0.44 volt. Okay, but since it is negative, so this reaction does not take place. So what is the exact reaction? What is taking place is the backward reaction. That means iron is in turn releasing 2 electrons to produce iron 2 plus ions. Okay, this reaction is spontaneous because in this case the E0 becomes positive and delta G0 becomes negative. So this backward reaction is actually spontaneous reaction, but we have to write here this value because we have to follow the IUPAC convention, and the exact E0 value, because when we combine this anodic reaction with the cathodic reaction, then we have to always subtract the anodic E0 value from the cathodic E0 value and finally get the overall electrode potential of the overall reaction. So let us see what about the cathodic reaction. In the cathodic reaction, the same what I have already said here. This is the reaction and the corresponding E0 value is plus 1.23, and this is written in the right direction. This is the forward reaction taking place and the E0 is positive here. So the 4 electrons in the right hand side of the above reaction and the 4 electrons in the left hand side of the cathodic reaction, these two cancelling each other. So the things left are 2 iron, 1 oxygen, 4 proton to produce 2 aqueous iron 2 plus ions and 2 moles of water. So what is the overall electrode potential of the reaction? This is plus the cathodic E0 value minus the anodic E0 value. So by subtracting the standard electrode potentials, we get the final standard electrode potential, which is plus 1.67 volt. Okay, now this iron 2 plus ion further reacts with aerial oxygen in presence of water to produce Fe2O3. This is called rust. If it is FeO, then Fe2O3 plus FeO to produce Fe3O4, which is called ferrosulfuric oxide, which is also known as rust. Now you find 8 number of protons are produced here. This is very important here. These protons are further being utilized in this reaction. So primarily the protons are available from either from decomposition of water or from dissociation of carbonic acid due to dissolution of carbon dioxide. But secondarily, when the reaction has initiated, then protons are automatically coming from this reaction, from the secondary reaction, and this way the deficiency of proton is no more present in this process. So protons are becoming very much available, 8 number of protons from only one reaction for only 1 mole of oxygen. Okay, so huge amount of proton becomes available. Okay, now in order to protect this iron from getting rusted, we have to galvanize them. Galvanizing means coating of metals which are in the above position in the electrochemical series. So for iron, zinc is a good choice. For iron it is minus 0.44, while zinc is minus 0.76 volt. So zinc can protect iron. On the other hand, copper can be protected by tin, because copper is below tin. Okay, copper is positive plus 0.34, on the other hand tin is minus 0.14. So you can coat the metal which is getting rusted by the metals, with the help of the metals which are called the protectors. These metals by means of 2 ways. Okay, there are 2 types of processes. One is electrolysis and another is dipping in the molten metal. That means if you want to galvanize iron, then you have 2 options. One, in the molten zinc you can dip the iron object, or secondly you can electroplate iron object with the help of zinc solution. So these are the ways you can galvanize iron with the help of zinc. Now let us see what about the reaction, how zinc is protecting iron. Okay, so in the previous reaction you find that in the cathode this reaction is taking place. So this reaction will remain unchanged, but in place of the anodic reaction, iron equal to iron 2 plus plus 2 electron, this reaction is actually being taking place by zinc. Zinc is releasing now 2 electrons because zinc is placing above iron in the electrochemical series. Zinc has more negative redox potential than iron, so zinc will readily lose 2 electrons than iron. So if there is a competition between zinc and iron, zinc would more readily release 2 electrons than iron, and iron does not get ionized to become iron 2 plus, and thus rusting of iron can be prevented. So zinc is used here as a supplier of electron. So this is the iron object and this is the zinc coating. Okay, and this is the miniature cell. Okay, so electrons are being provided by zinc. Now if the iron has a wide applicability in making the railway tracks, in the ship, in the bottom of ship, then in the pipelines. Okay, so iron is very much available, and iron pipes or iron objects can be used in making these things. Now coating of zinc becomes sometimes costly. So in order to reduce this cost, sometimes some metal blocks like magnesium blocks are being connected with the iron objects. How? Look at this picture. Suppose these are the underground pipeline going from one country to another country. Suppose from the Middle East to India, these pipelines are in order to supply the raw petroleum products or the petrol, diesel, etc. Then these iron pipes can get rusted and they become damaged. So in order to prevent them from getting rusted, cheap and available metals like magnesium are used as the anode here. So here magnesium is providing electrons, and these electrons are consumed by oxygen. And here I have shown here instead of H plus I have shown here water. Okay, so you can also write this reaction. If you write H plus ion, then the counter ion would be either carbonate or OH minus, and if you write here water, then you have the counter ions are OH minus ions. So 4 OH minus ions would be utilized in making 2 moles of MgOH whole twice. So anodic reaction is magnesium releasing 2 magnesium releasing 4 electrons to become 2 magnesium biplus ion. On the other hand, the cathodic reaction, oxygen consuming these 4 electrons with the help of 2 moles of water to produce 4 hydroxide ions. Okay, so this way, by using magnesium blocks in the underground and getting them connected with the iron pipeline, the rusting of iron can be prevented. That means this metal is the sacrificial metal. Okay, so we have to sacrifice either magnesium or zinc block by burying them in the underground and getting them connected with the iron pipe. We can prevent iron pipes and from getting rusted, and their longevity can be increased. So that's all for today. Thank you.